and a happy new year, and welcome back to my playthrough of German railroads using the solo variant of the expansion here. I'm still playing against Emil here with his nice little dog, and right now I have not really progressed on the victory point track, but that's pretty common in the very first round of Russian railroads or German railroads. So normally during the very first round you're not really scoring a serious amount of points, but this is something I really have to change now. So I think let's get started with Emil. Let's draw his first card. He wants to go for the beige track, but right now I cannot build beige, so he will skip this action. Remember, he's only here to annoy me, and this is something that I could do theoretically in this turn, so he will certainly go for this action. And as I was really focusing on railway in this playthrough here rather than industry, this really could hurt me. Good thing is he has to spend 2 of his workers right now. I was hoping that he would go for one of those trains here, because my idea was really to go for a higher valued train in order to reach this special action spot here, which would give me one of those income tokens here. Now it's my turn, and I think I want to go for one of those foundries here. So I could now decide whether to get only 1 coal, but I have more than enough coal, so I would rather give away a coin, and this coin now allows me to get a foundry and 1 coal. And currently those 2 foundries are available. This would advance my industry track 1 space, and I would score my highest range train right now. This would be 2, so I would gain 2 victory points for that. And this is much better. I could advance the industry 2 spaces, and I would gain one of those double tokens. And I think this is what I will take. So I will take this one here. A new one gets revealed. This is also pretty cool. I could then advance any one of my tracks 1 space, and I would get another double token. But first of all, let's place the foundry next to my player board, and I have to power those foundries here with 2 coals, and I can do that before my action, basically during my action or after an action. But one thing I'm still allowed to do is to get another piece of coal, so I'm up to 3 now, which isn't that bad. And I think I will activate this foundry right away. So I did this action and I can immediately use it, so I have to spend 2 coals. Now I'm allowed to advance my industry track by 2 spaces, so this would now score me 2 victory points each round. This is not a bad start, and I'm still allowed to get another of those double tokens. Right now it doesn't do me any good because I don't score any points for black tracks, but this might change in the course of the game. As I've now activated the foundry, I can now immediately decide if I want to convert this foundry into a boilerman. So I could flip it and attach it to either a factory. Right now I don't have a factory. Or I could attach it to a train, for example this one here. This would now increase the range of this train by 1, so this would go 3 spaces right now. It's not really a big deal at this point in time, and I'm really thinking of waiting until I get at least a train that has a value of 3. Yeah, just because I would then be able to reach this income space there. I think I will keep this as a foundry for now, and it's really important to keep in mind I can only transform it into a boilerman right after I activated it. So I have now the decision to do that or don't. I don't do that, so I have to wait to turn it when I would be able to activate it again. But I cannot just do that whatever at the start of my next turn or so. Let's get back to Emil. What will he do? He would now advance the white track. I'm far away of getting the white track, which is only activated when I reach the end of this main track here, so the Munich to Hamburg track, and this is 15 spaces away. So again, I'm pretty far away from that. So let's keep on drawing. What will he do? Yeah, this is something he will do, and again he continues to annoy me. So he will place a worker there, which keeps me from advancing my industry track even more. Before he takes it from me, I think I will activate this space here, and this now allows me to advance my black track 3 spaces. And for now, I think I really want to reach this bonus space here, at least anytime soon. So I will advance this track 1, 2, 3 spaces. Unfortunately, I still need a train in order to reach that, but I think this is something I should be able to achieve. Maybe not this turn. I really hope sometime during my next round. Back to Emil. What has he in stock for me? Okay, this is something that can be annoying, but right now I really don't care too much about this track, so he can continue to claim this one for now. So he takes a worker from his reserve. We would now be able to place a coin from the bank there, but it really doesn't matter. This new engineer here is pretty powerful. It allows me to advance the gray track 3 spaces, and I only need to send one worker there, and it's exclusive for me, and it can also help me to score the 40 victory points by having the most engineers. So I think I will claim her. So I will have to pay $1. So I will take her, and I will also place her next to my player board. So let's see what he will do. Okay, again, he will advance the white track. I cannot do that, so he will continue to draw. And here, okay, that's actually a pretty good thing. So he will now take this action space here. So that also means he will take the lowest generation train, which would be this one. This basically gets discarded, so it really doesn't matter for this game anymore. But which is good for me. I have now access to the generation 3 train here. It's not entirely great, but it's something I can use anytime soon. But what I really want to do is want to go for the 4th or 5th generation trains, because I really do have a plan, and hopefully I will be able to get in that generation relatively soon. I still don't want to ignore the industrialization or the industry track here, so I think I will send 2 workers there to advance my industry track 1, 2 more spaces. Right now I cannot continue here. I need a factory first, so here's basically a linking pin that is missing at this point in time. But right now I would score 5 additional points each round. That's not too bad overall. Let's see how he will continue. Okay. Oh, that's his last worker anyway, so he takes 1 worker and he will place him on the double token here. I currently do have 2 of those. They can really score you a serious amount of victory points, but right now that's not really important for me, I guess. Now it's only me left, and I think I will activate her. So I'm allowed to draw 2 of those starting bonuses cards, and yeah, immediately score whatever they provide. So let's see. So here's the first card. Oh, come on, another double token. That's not really great. The second one is another coal. This is okay this time, because I'm down to only 1 coal token, and basically you always need 2 in order to do something. Well, that was actually not too bad, to be honest. So I will certainly take the coal and will place the next double token here. And I think I will send my last worker here, though this allows me to advance black all the gray track 1 space ahead. And I'm thinking of advancing this track here. Right now this doesn't do me any good. I still have reached this one, but I still need this train with a value of 4. But right now that should be okay, I guess. Now I'm out of workers. I could still send coin instead of workers, but I think I will hold on to those for now. So I think I will call it a day. Of course, Emil is also through with his action. So let's do some scoring. So again, I get 2 points for the gray track because it is doubled. So that's 1 and 2. Here I get 2 points for the crate track plus 5 additional points. That's 7 again, which brings me to 18 victory points. And last but not least, I score 5 points for my industrialization track, which isn't that bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Nice. Let's do the resets and all the workers back to their respective owners, or let's call it maybe employers. That's a more polite term in this case. This coin goes away. This worker is now, this engineer is now available for hiring. This one can be activated this turn. This would also can grant you 2 pieces of coal, which isn't that bad. And yeah, this one just slides over. I will then shuffle the Emil AI deck, and then we are ready to go for round number 3. As usual, he will go first, so let's see what he will do. Again, he's doing this action right now. Again, this doesn't annoy me too much, to be honest, but I was really hoping that he would go for this double terrain factory action, yeah, because then I would easier get one of those higher reaching trains. But right now I cannot really help it, so he will go here. Whew, that's now a tough one, but I think I will go here. So I will send 3 workers to this space, so now I can take 1 train and 1 factory. I cannot decide to take 2 trains or 2 factories. I really have to go for a train and a factory here, but I really do have a plan, so I will take those 2. I have to take the lowest one, keep that in mind. So 1 train will go here, so I'm still not able to reach this base, but I will take care of that in a second. And the factory will go here, so now I do have this linking pin to reach the 10 victory point spot there. And if I pass this or land on this one, I would also be able to trigger the special power of this factory, and this would allow me to reuse one of the actions I already have used in this turn that exactly has 1 worker on it. So right now I should maybe not do that immediately because I have not used one of those actions yet. But let's head over to Emil first, and now he would have done it. Oh man, this would be pretty cool, to be honest. Okay, cannot help it, so he will not do that apparently because it's already locked. He will also not do this one because I cannot build white tracks. But yeah, this is definitely a bad thing for me, so he will now block this spot. So I guess I will not advance the black track in this round too far, at least. Now it's my turn, and I think I will take another train. And again, I have an idea, so I'm now allowed to take either a train or a factory. For now, this will be a train. I will place the train on this track here, so I can now assign this train to another railroad. And I'm thinking of replacing this track. And I think, yeah, this one has to go here, and here we have some kind of an exception because this main track here can hold 2 trains and they just sum up basically. So on this track or railroad, I can now reach up to 3 spaces. The next time I would replace one of those trains, I would have to replace them as well. But for now, they are here, and right now that's not a bad thing, I guess. But there's more. As I have now reached this one here, so I can now reach it with a train, and with a black rail I now get this bonus tile here, and I'm thinking of taking this bonus tile here. I will place it here so to show, okay, I've already used this, and I can only use those question mark tokens basically 1 time each. And this now allows me to get 1 special card and 1 end of game bonus cards, which are really pretty important, to be honest. But let's start with a bonus card, and I decided to get this one here because this grants me an additional worker, which I can just use as all of my other workers until the end of the game, which is a good thing because I really need workers, that's for sure. And the specialty about this worker is if I use him to lay black tracks, I gain an additional black track. Well, that's certainly a very cool thing. So I take this worker and put him next to my existing workers, and now I am allowed to draw one of those end of game scoring cards. So this, for example, would get me 6 victory points for each engineer I have. There's also one that scores me immediate 15 points, and this one I think might score higher than actually this one, because I'm not really sure how much engineers I would be able to hire. But if I take a third one, this would score me 18 points instead of the 15 points. So this could be a relatively good deal, but I think I have to think. And I decided to take this end of round scoring card. If I gain 4 or more of those double tokens, I gain immediate 20 points, or by the end of the game. And if I would able to get 7 or more, then I would gain 30 points. And this is really quite a lot. So I certainly will take this one. I already have 3 of them, so I should be able to get at least those 20 victory points. Should be pretty easy for me. Those cards are normally kept face down, but as I'm playing alone, this really doesn't matter. My turn is still not over. I'm still allowed to activate this foundry, and I think I will do that right away. So I will spend 2 of my remaining coals. Again, I'm allowed to advance my industry track 2 spaces, so I would now score 10 points each round, and I'm also now allowed to re-trigger one of the actions where I sent exactly 1 worker, and right now that's this one, or that's the only one I would be able to re-trigger immediately. So I'm now allowed to take either a train or a factory again, which is really nice. So I will take this train, and I think I will replace this train. I always have to place a higher generation train. This one I think will replace this one, and this one will replace this one here, so I can now reach up to 5 tracks. And this one I could now either flip to get to be a factory, or I could send it back, but right now of course I will build a factory because this gives me the next linking pin to 15 victory points each round. Wow, this was really a very impressive turn. I can still decide if I want to convert this foundry into a boilerman, but I think right now this wouldn't do me any good. No, not really, not really. So I think I will not do that at this point in time. Oh, but of course, I forgot. I still get this bonus token. So I already scored my first stage of the end game bonus card. So this is 20 additional victory points. Nice. Okay, but finally, now it's Emil's turn. He's still playing with me. And here he will utilize this spot here, and this is really kind of a pity. I was really hoping to get those 2 additional coins because I would be able to fire up my foundry one more time. That's really a pity. And I also just noticed I forgot that I'm also allowed to take this income token here, because when I replace this train I can now reach this base as well. And I'm really thinking of taking this token, which lets me advance the black and the grey rail once per round. This is really pretty powerful. And I think the first thing I will do, I will activate this income token. So I will advance this one and this one here. So this gives me a bit more points. Then I will send my black worker here, and of course I will choose to get one or advance the black rail 1 track because it's the black worker. I get 2 out of that, and for now I think I will advance this track 1-2 spaces, and the idea is really to advance the black track here as well in order to gain the most victory points out of those double tokens here. Emil still has 2 more workers left. Again, he will take one of those double tokens from me, and this is really a pity because I was really hoping to get at least 3 more of those. Right now I really cannot help it. With my last 2 workers, I think I will go there, so I'm allowed to advance the industrialization track 2 spaces ahead. So for once I now gain 15 points each round, and I will trigger this factory here, and this scores me now the amount of victory points for my engineers. So I check my engineers here, and you see these little numbers here, I will add them up, and in total this scores me now 11 additional victory points immediately. This is really a big deal. So I jump from 23 to 34 victory points in total. Not too bad. Emil still has 1. Actually, it really doesn't matter that much, but as I have not passed yet, I will still do that because he might still go for, no, not for a train, but for an engineer or something. Yeah, and I still have a coin, so let's continue, that's for sure. So let's see what he will do. That's again the beige track. I cannot use it, so he will continue. I don't have brown tracks either. And here, yeah, he will go for an engineer. So this can put me in danger for the majority of engineers by the end of the game, but for now I should be okay. I have 2, and he just got this first engineer. He would send a coin, so he still has 1 more worker left, but I think I will pass now. I will not use my coin. Yeah, I think I won't be doing that, so he will pass as well. So let's do some scoring. The trace track still doesn't provide me any victory points, but here we advanced a little bit, so that's 2 points. These are 2 points, so that's 4 points from the Munich track because of those double tokens here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Here we get our usual 7 victory points, so we already reached 45 points, and this one here scores me additional 15 points. Isn't that nice? So we jumped to 60 victory points, but this also means that Emil now has 2 more workers in stock. I'm really happy I went for this black additional worker, so at least I'm coming close. Now let's reset the board. Emil now really has a lot of workers. This will be definitely a tough one. I'm okay, I guess. I have 7 as well, so I should be able to deal with him. This one goes here. I really want this, that's for sure. This one goes here. This is also pretty powerful, this engineer, and I still want to go for the majorities. And last but not least, I will flip my income token back to the active site. But I think I will end my playthrough for today. I reached 60 points, which isn't that bad. I think my goal was to reach 150. Right now I'm not so sure, but of course this whole machine will now add up. So I might be able to score some more points with my tracks and such. So I'm really hoping to reach, I think I should reach at least 100 points for the next round. This is my goal at least, and then hopefully I should be able to reach the 150. Of course I still get some points for the engineers, and I already got this 20 points here. So I think overall this shouldn't be too hard to achieve. I really hope you enjoyed my second episode of my playthrough of German railroads. I hope to see you soon in my next episode or one of my other videos, and until then, bye bye.